Okay. Welcome to the Anarchy Trading live stream London session. We're a couple minutes late here because something's going on with my internet, so I'm actually streaming from my I'm using my phone as a hotspot, so we'll see how it goes. But going to be exciting to see how the day goes. Levi should be joining us later. My name's Jordan, and we're gonna just start trading. It's a Monday, meaning who knows what's going on with the markets. We've got some stuff, volatile stuff going on, of course, in the world politically and from a standpoint of looking at various aspects of the geopolitical climate with the unrest in the Middle East currently. So that has definitely been affecting, especially gold prices. That's why I don't trade gold because listen, you can't predict anything when stuff's going on like that. Maybe some gold people are really making a lot of money, but I guarantee you, for every person crushing it on gold, there's a bunch of people that are also being completely robbed. So, going with a green smoothie today instead of coffee. We'll see if that helped my trading at all. Last week was a pretty bad week for trading. Only was up 0.7% for the week. But 0.7%, again, I always say 0.7% on a 400K account, not bad. Not bad for a week of trading. So you've got to just look at percentages and then the long term. Because if you could turn zero point 0.7 every week, listen, there's a bunch of millionaires that would love to invest in you and be making a 2 or 3% return per month on average on their investment. So once you get to the point you can do that consistently, there's a lot of opportunity for you. So just looking at my scanner today, if you notice, this is called the Edge Finder. Again, I would not pay the 1,200 bucks for it. I got it for free due to winning a competition, one of those Discord things, you know. So, but just looking at it, we've actually seen NAS go from being a -3, which was a sell, to actually going to a buy with a positive score of 3. Um, we can look at about that. We can look at that a bit more in depth if we wanted to. Um, let's see here. Let's look at our indices tracker. Where is my indice tracker? There we go. We can look at NAS right now because that's again we see a bit of a divergence with US 30 being a -4 and NAS being 3. But we definitely right now with the NAS see a net change of the kind of the collector of traders, so institutional traders going long. So we see a kind of an increase there. Retail is shorting it again, not much of a difference, but when it starts hitting 60%, again, usually like to trade against the retail traders because historically retail traders, 99% of them lose money. And also seasonality wise, not much happens. Not much happening the last few years. Pretty flat. But going in the last year, we started to see some bullishness. So hopefully, maybe we start seeing that. And as we see, score has been changing. It's now plus. So we'd like to see that we might be looking at a bit of a rally in the stock market. So we'll be looking at that again on the 5 minute. Does it really matter? Probably not. But anyway, it's something to consider. So let's go look at the news for today before we get started. Um, all this European news, just the German WPI just dropped. Let me refresh the screen here. Uh, okay, 2%. Forecasted at 3%. Again, yellow folder. Probably not going to have a huge impact, but there's a reason why we're not trading exactly at 1 o'clock because we want to let things settle down anyways. Um, again, a few things dropping for the pound and the euro. None of these are probably going to have a huge effect, but still going to be probably a pretty quiet day from the news. So that's good to know. So now let's move over to our charts. And again, we'll start with I have gold. I'm not trading gold, but I've just been interested because a lot of people are predicting a huge rally and a huge gap up after the weekend. And they, of course, as you can see, were completely wrong. And it's coming quite down off the highs of 933 and continuing to go down. Not trading for a specific reason. I would be possibly interested to retest and then break back down because I do think just with the dollar really flying and everything else, I think that this is probably a bit of an overreaction. But that's not what we were here to do today. So let's go on to German 30. Let's clear our charts so we can start fresh, and let's do our top-down analysis. So I'm always going to start on the daily. So let's go to the daily, and we're going to start by drawing some lines. So we're going to start by just drawing lines for our upper and lower limits of the day, just so we know the day high and day low, because again, this is the first thing we want to know if price is getting close to that, if price breaks it, etc. And now we're going to start putting in daily support lines. So again, this level to me is pretty important. The reason I'm drawing here, we've got a wick here, wick there, wick there. So a lot of wicks. And over here, we can also see body, body. And there's kind of a body here, a little doji. So these I'm going to do yellow. And let's see. Okay, if price goes past there, where else could it be? Probably we could say like maybe we say the close of this body down here, or I guess I would say the open of that body. Uh, Maybe that wick right there. And if it goes any farther, finally filling that wick there. And then if it really wants to go crazy, a big target would be down there. And sure, that's really too big of a target when we're scalping on the five, so I'd probably just put one in the middle of it. But since that's kind of a wick, I would probably put that as more of a red line just so I know that it's not really a daily level, so to speak. It's more of a halfway point. And we still need to go. What if price goes bullish here? Like it came down, retrace, came down, went up, made a new higher high, came down. Is it going to make a new lower low, or are we going to save it here and we're going to go up and build out of here? Don't know yet. So let's see if price breaks through here. Where can it go? Well, half of this big wick is always going to be this candle is going to be a good target. So just somewhere there, which also lines up with that wick. We could do it here if we want to keep the open and closed bodies in there and also kind of pick up that wick and this wick over here and these. So I like that spot. Nothing really in between here, but we could, again, we go up here, pick up that wick. And if we need a halfway point, depending on how big this move is, we could just put a red line halfway and kind of put that as a halfway point. Also, like this yellow line matches up with the 9. This one kind of matches up there. And that's probably all we need for today. But if we really want to keep marking out, we could go somewhere like here, which takes this open and that open and some wicks and etc. into play as well. So marked up on the daily. Some people like to go to the 4 hour next. I just go directly to the one. So let's put in some hourly support and resistance things, supply and demand. Yes, the concepts are different. Do the lines end up being the same? Pretty much. So I don't really care. We're just drawing lines here. I don't really care what you call them. Uh, so this is going to be one line to me. Like if it drops here, I'd love to see a retest and continue down. Now we do have pretty strong support here, but we could on the 5, we could scalp this move, right? So to me, that's one significant level. The next level, honestly, check these out. Line live, like a bunch of little dojis, all equal. So to me, this is an important line as well. This is support. And then if it breaks through there, then I'd be looking somewhere like, yeah, I mean, that's garbly. I'd like to see it break through there completely. But we have a lot of wicks there, so probably somewhere like around, you know, there. Okay. Get a little bit bigger. And again, we have this gap, which it kind of filled right here with the wick. So a bit of a fill there. And it's going to try to make a new high right now. So we'll see what this looks like on the 5. And we can move these lines around if we need to. All right, there's the one on 1 hour. Now let's drop down to the 5. Okay, so we do have price attempting to break on out of here. It's going to have a new high of day, it looks like, on the first 15 minutes of the day. Is it going to break, retest, and then go? If possible, we could start be looking for we can get a trade up to the 200 or even up to this middle point or up there. So we're gonna let's keep this up for now. Let's see what we get over the next few minutes. And again, I've actually got some interesting data that maybe we can discuss later. In terms of looking at my charts, um, had some interesting data Yeah, my spreads right now, I'm not even going to trade. I'd like to possibly get in this trade at some point, but my spread's currently 4 on DAX, so I'm not touching that, that's for sure. Just too big of a spread. But if the spread calms down and this drops down, then we can possibly look. But right now, my spreads are just too high for me to be considered trading this right now. Does look like it's just going to continue building on out of there. There's a bit of a gap up on the 1 minute, but not on this chart. Again, like how this chart looks is going to be slightly different than what my MT5 looks at because they're not the same brokerage, right? So it's good. It's a little bit different. Kind of usually using 8 cap to do my analysis, but then I'm actually using Think Markets as my broker because I'm doing right now just running a AQRE challenge account right now that we're up 4.7% on. We're looking to hit our 8% target. Maybe we hit it this week, maybe not. We'll have to wait and see. Um, but yeah, I wish my spread wasn't so big. I would love to see this come down. Um, but for right now, yeah, it just dropped to 2 now, but now it's back up to 4. So definitely some volatility going on. I'm not going to touch it right now. Let's give it a few minutes. Hasn't come back and retested this the initial breakout. I'd like to see it come down into this red box and then build on out of here. Um, did some interesting findings on my analysis. I was actually going through my trades from last week and using ChatGPT as we've recommended on our podcast before to use it as a trading coach. And it turns out that my first trade of the day is my least profitable trade, and my last trade of the day is most profitable. Why? I have no idea. Which goes, how do you avoid taking your first trade of the day to get to your last trade of the day? Still haven't figured out the answer to that one. But if this could come down and retest, I would like to see if we could take it up to the 200 if our spreads get a little bit better. Um, the 200 would make a nice first target, especially come down here, stop loss under here, and then up there. So um, right now it's just playing around though. So while we're waiting, let's move over to US 30, back to our daily. Um, and I'll show you what I usually do so you can see this. So we charted this last week, right? So instead of charting all new levels, guess what? All these levels haven't changed. So I'm just going to take this purple line because these are high and low day. I'm just going to drag those to where they need to go. And look at that, already done. So done from last week. So now I drop down to the hour. So this is how you can save yourself some time. Um, so here's our 1 hour. Again, you'll see that these lines can still stay exactly where they are. And they usually end up being respected. You can tweak them a little bit, but again, pretty decent. Like this should be a red line now instead. We have our high of day, low of day. Sure, we can mark this a little bit differently, but still good. So let's do that. And now let's drop down to the 5. All right, and let's arrange this a little bit because honestly, I don't really want to like we have this here, this all here. So for me, I'd like to see US 30. It's a bit of a ways. If we had caught it earlier, we possibly, and we'll draw another line there. Like um, we can draw another line because if it comes back down and goes under, like this could have been a potential nice trade. And especially when it came and retested here and then went like that would have been a nice trade. But right now, there's just too much going on here. We don't really want to catch that. But we do have a nice range down here as well, though. So we can look at both of these potentially short later on, or if it gets above this red line, we could consider going long, but it's going to have to go above that. So we could draw and remove this red line, which again, these are kind of just halfway point marks. So all of these could be different targets if we start going bullish. As you see, I mean, we've really been in a range from Friday and today. Would love to see it come up here at some point. So if we come up, retest, and then come up here sometimes later today, like that could be very interesting. Looks like DAX did come and give us that bit of that retest we were looking for right there while we were charting. But the problem is my spreads are four, like they're just too high. uh, the movement just isn't enough for me to be worth getting in because check out this move. So if we do a move up to here, it's 24, but with a spread of four, that's already almost, almost. I can't do the math right now, Ty, but it's not 20%, but it is. But that would have been a nine. That would have been my perfect entry. Came back, retested, long. We would have gone in and gone. But we missed it, and we didn't really miss it. We chose not to get involved because our spreads are so big right now. Still fluctuating between 2 and 4. Just I have no idea. I wish the spreads were two because then I would know or less. But that's what happens when you're trading at one, which is why I'm not really in a rush to trade right now. Mostly want to get my charts in, look at the levels, kind of see what I'm anticipating for the day. And then around 2 o'clock, market open, wait for the first 10 minutes of the market open. We then have great spreads, and that's when we're really going to do most of our trading. So let's go back. US 30 again, way up here now. If we could see US 30 pull back down to here, could we then consider getting an entry in long? Yeah, I would love to see that. But again, might move without us. Let's move over to NAS, and this one I will erase, and we can do uh, actually we don't have to. Let's just for today, let's just show you what I usually do. Just pull down your purple lines, and then we don't have any lines down here because the market really dropped on Friday. So let's put in some new lines. Low of Friday. This one kind of just picks up all these wicks, bodies, open, wicks, 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 bodies, 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 wicks. It's a pretty self-explanatory. And that one, low of day there. So now we've got those lines in. Let's drop to the hour, see if it looks any different than Dow. Maybe slightly, but not much. Gonna put in an hourly line there, and again probably put in a hourly somewhere up there, and we'll just change these colors. Drop to the 5. Put this here because that's kind of low there. Wicks here, body here. I can see it coming down and trying to fill this gap. Now again, every time you hear, oh, gaps are filled, all gaps are filled. Well, if you wait long enough, the market's always going to go one way or the other, essentially. So eventually it will be filled. Yeah. But that could be today, could be a year from now, right? Like we don't know. So I wouldn't put too much. Do not try trading to this gap because you're saying, oh, it's got to fill the gap, so I'm going to short it. No, no, no. Especially like market open, see Bly is up here. You could say, oh, I'm going to short it and try to wait for it to go fill the gap. And then it just keeps going, and we could see it just keep going for the rest of the day. So again, price tends to be attracted to these gaps sometimes. But these gaps are also somewhat imaginary. As in, okay, it shows up on this chart, but on your chart, it may not show up. So just need to be aware of that. Okay, so this has the 200 coming down here. So again, due to this, I'm going to move it a little bit, right? We have wicks, but we don't have body. So if it can close with a body above the red line that I just drew now, I would start to look for a trade. Um, Other than that, if we wanted to start getting brave and looking for a short, if it comes down here, retest, and then start breaking down, we could possibly start looking for a short too, because I do see a short being a possibility here. Just to kind of come down to this bigger area of hourly support and then go bullish. But again, nobody knows. Again, this is having a nice retest. And honestly, if I had better spreads, I would be getting ready to get in on this possibly. Not yet, of course, because I would need to wait for some confirmation. I'm not just going to buy a red candle as it barrels down. I need to see something that indicates prices reversing and turning and going back up. But I do like the look of that for sure. but I'm just not willing to get in on a 4 pip spread. So let's get these all up on our double screen look that I like to trade. Again, this is not going to be for everyone because as I said, your trade should always be taken on one time frame. If you're just beginning, don't be looking at 2 time frames. It's going to confuse you because you're going to see conflicting stuff. What happens when you see conflicting information on it? Like again, like this could be like, oh, it came down, retested, buy it, but I haven't seen confirmation on my 5 because I trade on the 5. 15 is just a little bit of extra confluence for me. It's not what I take my trades on. So if you're just beginning out, don't have to. Just stay with the 5, learn the 5, and then you can maybe pick up doing this with doing multiple time frames. But for now, we're gonna duplicate this. Okay. So we've got our charts pulled up. Got that 200 right here. So again, that's the only thing with NASDAQ. I need to see it break through that 200 first. Because that 200 can act as a bit of a ceiling at times. I'm going to move US 30. I always have first. This one I'm going to put over there. US 30 I always have first, and then I'll usually have DAX because these are the two main ones I trade. Honestly, I've only made like $50, so 0.5% of my account right now I've made on NAS. Most of it is 3% of it's been on DAX because this is honestly the time when DAX is actually trading. But let's see. So again, nice, but like this is what I kind of like to see on DAX. Like I would love to get in on it. It just spread the spread is not cooperating today. See, now it just dropped to 2, but now it drops to 4. Like it can't decide what's going on, and I don't want to be like knocked out due to like spread or something. So let's see if the spread can, like now it's 2. But again, you could jump in on this if you wanted to, but then like there's no momentum. Like it's just been sitting there. So for the past 3 minutes, there's 2 minutes left on this candle. For the past 3 minutes, price has been doing absolutely nothing. Is that really a time when you want to buy? No, we want to buy when there's like, okay, it had a lot of momentum. It comes down, picks up momentum. We want to see it momentum on out there. We know the other day, see there now we're seeing a little bit more momentum. See that little pop was nice, but again, spreads are 4, so I'm not taking the trade. If my spreads, I'll admit, if my spreads were less like typical uh, typical London session, so next hour, I would have been in on this trade. Because it's giving me my look, right? Like, still might mess it up, but it's giving that gave me my look that I was looking for. That's what I would be looking for to then, stop loss down here, target. Right now, it wouldn't be a super high target because that 200, I'd probably just be targeting that 200. Um, but again, for me, not entering this trade, spreads are going all kinds of crazy. Spread on US 30 right now, so on the Dow is 3. It's usually like 1.5. German 30s 4. So they're just bouncing all over the place. So let's just hang out and wait. Again, we're gonna have the market open. It's gonna add some volatility. Price is gonna go crazy one way or the other, and then we wait and see which way things fall. But right now, just waiting for the next 40 seconds here because we're gonna have a new 30-minute, new 15-minute, new 30-minute candle, new 5-minute candle. So a lot of potential for shift in market momentum, market direction. Anytime you have a new candle open, especially on the 15 or 30 or hourly or for, whatever. But for our purposes, it's open a new 15, new 30, or new hourly candle. We want to be careful trading those because momentum can shift. It could instantly, start shooting back down into this kind of box of consolidation, which is what I view this like. I would not be trading in here because this is all just consolidation. So this would be kind of a no trade zone for me. So my spreads on DAX just dropped to 60, which I like to see. So now if we can start getting some momentum out of here, like I could potentially be thinking about getting in on this. So I'm in on 30 DAX now. I did right here. Looking to target the 200. It's tight stop loss just down here right now. Saw a big move, so with that big move, I'm hoping to get a push up, break these highs, and go up to the 200. So let's see. If we can make a new high here, that would be nice. You can move to break even if you want. I'm not going to, but we did make a new high. So moving in the right direction. New high was made. Let's see if we can push up to this 200. Again, could reject off this 200, so we do want to be careful. If you want to move to break even now on this big move, you could, but price is very easily going to come and retest half of that candle, which is what we would be anticipating. So I'm not going to yet, but price very clearly bought with the momentum with it when it broke that, and we're going to continue seeing if we can push just up to that 200. So I'd like to see it push up a bit more. So I currently have my stop loss right under here. I'm looking for it to pull back a little bit and then continue to drive up to the 200, which is where I want to take profit. Hey, what's up? Can't hear you. There we go. Let me see if I can get you on the live stream here. Currently in a trade, long DAX.
Trade 2, it has not really gone my way, but we'll see.
Oh, yeah. There we go. Now let me see if I can cut this down. Get you on there. There we go. Can you talk? Let me see if I've got my audio working.
Hello, hello. Testing, testing.
Yeah, there you go. You're all good.
So I took the NAS short on the 5 minute chart.
Short. Oh, okay. I am long DAX. Currently coming back to my break even right now.
I got you. Let's see.
So would
Long
love to see
DAX.
it build out of here.
Are
Um,
you?
I could share my screen with you possibly,
You're
I think.
essentially on the 1 minute, right?
On the five, but yeah. But yeah, I took it on the one. So the big bullish candle after the consolidation up, like I was in profit like point, point 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 8 R or whatever. I was at like $40. I'm just trying to get a little bit more out of it. So
Yeah.
we'll see if it comes down and bites me in the butt or not.
Right.
I like how it looks though. Like even like this is kind of an expected pullback. So hence why I didn't move to break even because I would expect it to come pull back and now keep going. Like so
We'll see.
this is where I'd be wanting to get back in potentially. So again, uh, didn't move my stop loss to break even when we went up. How many let's measure our move. What was our move? Our move was like, yeah, 8 pips. Like I'm looking for a bit of a bigger move. So let's wait and see. See if we can build out of here. We'd expect price come down and retest that candle. We've retested it. We're going back up. I'm now in profit. Uh, back in profit, up a pip. So let's see if we can. Let's see what happens. Here, I should be able to share my screen with you without messing up with stuff. I think. Let me see. Share screen. Share it. No, it messes with my stream, I think. Can you still try talking?
Yeah, yeah. Testing, testing. One, two,
Yeah,
three.
I'm still getting your audio. So I just need to
Okay.
move, I need to figure out, uh,
Well, I just want my voice anyway. I mean,
yeah, I need to figure out how to find the picture of you in this screen. There
well, I
we
don't
go.
need my picture.
We want to see you, Levi. There we go. Okay, gorgeous. Cut that down a little bit. There we go. Okay, I'm seeing that move now on. Oh, beautiful. So beautiful move right now on on German 30, at least going up. Would like to see it pivot though again. Needs to make a new high here. If it comes back down, it's probably going to shoot down. So I will admit, after that swing, new swing low up, now move to a break even. So I'm at a break-even trade here. We're going to try to take it up to 200. I don't want to be in this trade forever, especially with market open coming. So I'm at a break-even. Don't want to lose anything. So let's see if we can just take this. So let's see if this can pop up to the 200. Would like to see it make a new high, break this here. It's trying. Looks good on the 15 minute. We've got about 5 minutes left on the 15 minute. Definitely building. Came down, picked up a little bit of liquid. So let's see if we can continue to build on out of here. It looks good. Looks good. If we get stopped out break even, as I said, Levi, you missed it. But during my analysis, I think you'll find this funny. During my analysis of my trading, it discovered that my first trade of the day is my least profitable trade of the day, according to my last month of stats.
That's funny.
So how do you avoid taking the first trade of the day?
Yeah, you just have to, I guess, think through what's causing the first trade to be bad.
Yeah, exactly. And I think honestly, it's
Yeah,
probably because I'm trying to trade too early, right? I think I may not need like I'm trying to look, and my data says it's fine trading at 1 o'clock, but I feel like my 1 o'clock trades are trading between 1 and 2, so before market open is not doing me any good. So
I gotcha.
I'm definitely considering that. So let's see where this closes here. Again, if we can close above, if we can close above here, maybe we come back down again, test half of this green candle, and then just need a little bit more of a push to get up there. But again, I'm at break even. Feel free to move at break even if you want, because I don't want to be. It's already 20 minutes to market open now, and I don't want to be part of it if it comes back down to here. Um, just for me, if it comes down a little bit and then goes up, that's fine. But I don't want to be part of it if it comes back down. So I'm at break even. Let's see what we get here. So while we're waiting for that, let's go back to, so we got German. I want to see what you were looking at. What were you looking at on the NAS? Because for me, when did you short NAS?
I took NAS at the begin. So if you're on the 5 minute
Yeah,
chart,
yeah.
I took it when that first candle broke down south of the consolidation area. 15037. Yeah, when that broke,
This
I
one?
took it south. Yeah.
Oh, okay. And so you were
It
in
it
profit for a
has
while and then it just came back.
Yeah, it just came back. I
Yeah.
mean, so what I was looking at is there's, it it had broken through. I
Yeah.
mean, it had
Oh, it
broken
did.
through
Yeah.
and then
It looked good.
it'd come back and retested. So
Yeah.
it's just like
Yeah. Got a little
on the
retest there.
15-minute chart,
Yep.
it's pretty clear, it broke through the support,
Yeah.
came back and retested, and
Yeah.
so I was expecting to go lower, but
Yeah.
looks like I'm probably gonna be broke out here.
Where did you put your stop loss? You're still in it?
Yeah, I put my stop loss.
Way up here?
Um,
Like
yeah,
1560?
yeah,
Okay. Okay. Yeah, the only thing that would concern me is like if you're taking it short, if you didn't enter like right here, like you do have this level right here, which it kind of respected.
yeah, yep. I mean, for me, I thought that was a slightly smaller one,
Yeah. So for this one,
but
let's go back to our DAX trade. So DAX came back, retested half of that candle. That's why we have the red line. There's our pop. Just a little bit more and we're out of this. A little bit more of a pop here. Let's see if we get it. Just looking for it to go up and touch the 200. Feel free to trail your stop loss if you want up a little bit, because you don't really want to give up. We're essentially at 1R here. We really don't want to give up profit. I'm looking for just a little bit more of a pop. A little bit more if we can get it. All right, I'm out. So perfect. There we go. That officially puts me up 5.2% on this account, and that was a nice solid trade. So there we go. We waited. We didn't buy it here. Again, as I said, we weren't buying it because there was no momentum. As soon as we saw the momentum on this green candle, that's when we entered. Stop loss down here just up to the 200. Could have held on to it slightly longer, yes, but we're about to get a new 15-minute candle. So for me, I don't really want to lose out. So I closed that for 1R. And for me, that's good. So no more trading for me now until, yeah, see, look at that. But it would not shock me now if we see a pullback here from the 200. So that was a good first trade of the day. Nice. Now we've got some time. What do you say, Levi? You up for a game of chess?
I'm down for a game of chess. Hell yeah.
Let me pull up some chess. I'm gonna be Levi. You could become the new Levy of chess. You can be the trading Levy. You follow Gotham Trading at all? Gotham
Yeah, yeah,
Trading,
yeah.
Gotham Chess. I mean,
I do. I do.
see, and yeah, DAX is continuing to go, which is nice. But again, like it would be stupid to keep holding on. Like you could, and if that matches your trading style, great, continue to hold. But for me, I don't want it. We're 15 minutes away from the market open. New 15-minute candle. It has hit the 200. So for me, taking that 1R for right now is perfectly fine for me. So I'm happy with that. Uh, Send me an invite for chess.
All right.
By the way, you might be interested to know that according to Maria, she thinks that I trade worse when I'm on calls with you than when I trade by myself.
Really? Yeah.
I haven't tracked the analysis, but I do think I actually do trade worse when I'm on the phone with you. But I think it's because I'm distracted. I think because I'm talking to you and I'm trading, for some reason, I actually do feel like my trading usually is not as good.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, because again, like no matter how much you say, I'm definitely not at the point of unconscious competence yet. Podcast dropping later
Yeah.
today. But again, check this candle out on DAX 30. Well, I mean on DAX while we're waiting. It's now below where we exited. As I said, new 15-minute candle bouncing off, rejecting off the 200. Sure, it could keep going, but it could just come back at us as well. So I'm happy to be out of it for 1 hour. Have you sent me an invite yet?
I did. Because I'm waiting for you.
Ah, there you are. Mm. Oh, we're playing even Steven. Okay. Three, 10. Oh no, we're not playing Agent Steve. I don't know why it was showing up like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead, your move. Throw ham.
I'm not entirely sure how playing without a rook changes my openings, but um, we'll see. Okay. um, mess up your structure a little bit. Huh? See. Not sure I want to castle that way anyway without my rook.
Okay.
What you doing there, bro?
Moving.
Okay. I'm pretty sure your little guy's trapped here. It's a trap! Horse has got himself trapped. He has. Um,
Yes, intriguing defense, I know, but still.
hmm.
Nets me one.
Let us do this. Getting that. Uh-oh. The old forky fork. Now it's not. Oh, wait, I guess it is. Got market open in 8 minutes. He retreats. Horse falls. Okay, now what?
Yeah, Dow plummeting, which is why we exited in the first place.
Dow is plummeting. Well, that might be good news for my NAS trade. Oh wait, no, you're talking about DAX, not Dow. Okay.
Yeah, DAX. Um, NAS is falling as well, though.
Yeah, I that trade is. I thought it looked good, but we'll see. Doesn't I'm gonna take that because why not? Okay. Man, you got yourself a nice little line of pawns there. I got a breakthrough here somewhere. Hmm. Slowly moves up. I will do the same. Uh, I'm not exactly sure what my play here is. Get out of the pin is, I guess, the first thing I should do. Uh-oh. The oldest caught a check.
How did you get so good at chess? Just a year ago, we were pretty even.
I've played a lot of chess this year. um,
Dang. Yeah, this game's over.
you were okay there until
How do I resign? There we go.
that the catching a check, which then like opens up an attack is always sucks. Also, I played well that game, I think.
Nice game. Did you do any like studying or did you just like did you
No, mostly
or just played a lot?
I've just I just played a lot.
Nice. So again, this is if we go look now, if we go look, market opens in 4 minutes. If we go and look at like like German DAX dropped all the way down back to our entry point, even below it. That's the reason I got out. Like now it could bounce and keep going bullish, but we have no idea. Um, Market open is a is a volatile time. We don't know what's going to happen. And so I'm you're never going to if I'm holding during market open, it's only going to be because I'm at break even, above break even because honestly market open's going to slip you out. If you remember last week I was at break even, it got slipped out for like $8, which is I mean, I'm risking 0.5%, so I got almost slipped by 20% almost, 15% at least, just from a break even during market open. So um, yeah, I try not to hold during market open. So we're just gonna wait and see. We've got 3 minutes left on market open here, and we're gonna see what happens to price. So that being said, give me your analysis, Levi. What are you seeing from the indices right now? Are you thinking we're gonna keep going bullish? We're gonna go bearish? What's your analysis?
No, I tend to think we're gonna go low. I mean, just based off of like for today, I think the look is bearish. Um, whether or not that um, just so if we go to the NAS, US 30 is a little bit of a harder read. I'm not
Yeah, it's
sure.
kind of in the middle,
Weirdly,
isn't it?
yeah, it's
Two
been
big
kind of
bearish candles down. Oh no, no, that's
whipsawing back.
NAS. Yeah,
It's been
Dow, there we go.
whipsawing back and forth for a little while.
Yeah.
NAS is looking a lot cleaner than
I feel like
is
NAS is
looking
in the
a
middle right now. I'm the opposite. I think Dow looks really nice for potentially going long.
yeah. I mean, there's short term long. I'm just talking about like what I think the day is going to look like.
Okay, you think on
I
the
don't know
day,
about
yeah. So you think on the
it.
day though we're gonna go short, huh?
Yeah, I think in the long term day, but like because if I'm just on like the 30-minute candles,
Yeah.
it looks bearish. If I'm on the 30-minute candles looking at
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
NAS, but as far as like any short term trades, yeah, I'm
I've got it. Okay, okay.
not sure.
And are you still in your NAS trade? Like where are you right now with
I
that?
am. I don't know whether I want to get out and just cut my losses at this point because I'm down, you know, at half.
Yeah.
Don't know whether I want to get out. I mean, the thing is, the London. It's like being in NAS or US 30. They don't typically move a whole hell of a ton when it's during the London
No.
Open.
It's unfortunately market open
It's
because I
different
would
than
be if it was not market open, I would be in Dow immediately. Like it has a great like so if on the Dow looking, we had this big strong move up. We've had a nice pullback, retested the 9. We're now moving back upwards. Like this is a great look on the Dow. And if it wasn't for market open, I would be instantly in on this. So let's see what the market open let's see what the market open brings us here. So we're opening up red, open up green. Oh, that was for Dow. For green, for DAX, we opened up green. Let's see if it's just going to catch a wick uh, up there and then come back down. We're going to go short. It does look Dow's now DAX is rejecting hard, coming down red. And again, this is use every market open. If you can't help yourself from trading the market open, guess what? Don't be on your computer during the market open because
Yeah,
you're just going to lose money.
agreed. Agreed. A lot of your issues can be solved just by like if you can avoid having to have uh discipline, then just do it. Just make things easy for yourself.
Yeah. I mean, sure. If you look at it during, it's hard watching during market open because the volatility goes way up, right? So you can be looking at your little candles and then market open and you see these gargantuan candles one way or the other and you go, "Man, I could have made so much money." Yes, you could have. You could have also lost so much money. It's a 50-50 chance. So just do yourself a favor and just wait for market open to be over before you start trying to trade again.
Agreed. Agreed.
So honestly, I'm going to draw another line here right at the 200 because I do think that if DAX breaks through here and then we get a bit of a retest of the 200, we could then see it continuing. Honestly, I don't think that's going to happen. But if we did, we could see that continue and then maybe we take along up to this red line or honestly this red line, we can move this red line up to more like up here, right? And we could go make that as a target. I don't see that happening. But we could. Our RSI, again, as I've said on my other things, I don't use the RSI is not a tool that I use to take trades or anything. I use it to simply keep me out of taking trades. It essentially keeps me from FOMO. So if the RSI is at 80, I'm not going to take a long. I don't care if I like it. I'm just not going to take a long if the RSI is at 80. And that it's not making a decision for me to take trades. It's essentially keeping me from taking trades. It essentially keeps me from FOMO, from buying something that's just moving too fast. So if my RSI is above 80, 70, I'm not going to take it long. And if it's below 30, I'm not going to take it short. I'm going to wait for it to cool off, wait for it to pull back or something. It essentially keeps me from buying something that hasn't pulled back yet. That's it. That's all I use the RSI for. It's not, there's nothing magic about it. I don't use it to do anything else. It's not even a confluence. It just keeps me from being stupid.
Yeah, and that's a great example of putting rules in place, um, like making a rule that's like actionable. Because sometimes it's hard to go, well, okay, don't have FOMO. Okay, but yeah, but what does not don't have FOMO like mean really?
Yeah.
So that's a good idea. Like having that's a good use of an indicator, where the indicator isn't some magic bullet of hey, when the RSI hits this, I take a trade. It's just it's in there to help you enforce your your rules about FOMO.
Yeah. Yep.
Good idea.
Do you use any indicator yourself, like when you're trading at all?
I don't.
Okay. And
I
this is why,
don't.
so looking at German, so we're looking at DAX right now during the market open because it actually does stuff. And this is why we don't trade market open. So if you were trading this, check this candle out. If you were up here, you're like, it's going long, I want to hop in. Bam, you get swung all the way down. Your stop loss was probably here, you get stopped out. You go, oh, I'm going to go short when it's down here. It's back up here. So it's literally taken people the extent, it's taken traders both long and short on this candle multiple times. This is why you don't trade the market open because you could have tried to buy and sell that candle, taken it both ways, and lost both ways. How do I know that? I've done it
Yep.
before. I've learned from experience.
I just got out of my NAS trade. I just cut my loss
Yeah,
because
honestly,
I
probably a
it's
wise choice.
not looking good. Looking
Um,
like it'll head north.
yeah,
It
honestly,
might.
I'm I'm sitting here waiting for a pullback. If I can get a pullback, like I would love to consider getting back in on a Dow on a DAX long. Um, but we're gonna have to still wait and see. I'm interested in what US 30 is looking like right now. Uh, did make a new high, but pulling back hard. Let's see what happens. Again, this is why patience is key. Like if we just bought this big green candle, look, we would have been in drawdown. So we're still waiting. I'm still not buying yet. If I can get DAX to pull down a little bit farther, I'd like to see it come down and touch 200 or 9, honestly, and then see some momentum shifting. We could be considering getting it long here. But right now, still haven't bought yet. Now I'm in. Did I enter in too early? Perhaps. But we saw it flat reject, go all the way back up. That was the momentum shift I wanted to see. So let's see. Are we going to get that pullback? Okay, that was stupid. I thought I was entering in on 5, entered in on the 1, and got stopped out. Dang. Okay. Gave me my look. So that, again, that tells you something, trying to live trade and trade at the same time. Like, I was entering there, I wanted my stop loss down here, and instead yeah, I entered it on the 1. Anyway, it looks like it's reversing us. So again, stupid trade. It did give me my look there for a minute. Should have been maybe a bit more patient, even though it came down, flash went all the way green again. That's my look I usually look for. Did I enter a bit too early? Possibly. But that's a loss. So is what it is.
Right?
Now Levi's going to be wishing he hadn't exited his NAS because NAS is dropping like a rock.
Yeah, yeah, potentially. Potentially. Yeah, it gave me that it gone down and then came all the way back, and
Yeah,
it just wasn't looking good. I figured it very easily could have kept going, so I
yeah, yeah.
got out when I had the chance. But yeah, now it's looking like it might go my way, and
Wow, this is a huge candle.
wow, Dax took a dive.
Yeah, literally
Ev-
entered right before it just went south. That was silly.
Everything is taking a dive.
Anyway, it looked good. It came down retest. We got that little retest flash up, and then yeah, so it gave us our look. Again, you're not going to win all your trades, so don't worry about it. Again, we're not going to immediately take it short though either, because again, like this is a big candle. It could suck back up, so we're going to just wait, see what happens here.
Let's see. So everything's going south now, man.
Yeah, you're back at break. You would have been back at break even, dude.
Yeah. Back
And
to break even.
now you're going to want to now you're going to want to enter.
Yeah, yeah. It wasn't looking good. I mean, I wouldn't really typically even enter in right now. I don't think
Yeah,
I wouldn't enter in short. It's just it's just jumping back and forth here.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. I think more chances than not it would have kept going high. So
Yep. Yeah, the look was high.
uh,
Like it's not you're getting out like it
yeah.
did look. Now it just reversed, but you couldn't have predicted that.
Well, you can never predict anything in trading. You can just give yourself the
Exactly.
best chance. So
Exactly.
I cut my loss when I had the chance. Got out at quarter of a percent rather than half a percent.
Yeah,
And you can take a lot of losses at a quarter percent.
you can. Had a nice retest on NASDAQ there and then dropped down.
What'd you say?
Had kind of a retest of the support here on NASDAQ and then it dropped down.
Hmm.
I'm in short on that. I'm in short on DAX.
In short on that.
Yeah. After it broke down, retested and then dropped down, I entered. So I'm currently floating like 8 pips up.
Okay.